What is up, guys? It's
John.
Ken, Speakeasy Podcast. Welcome back to the basement here, people. Welcome back to the Speakeasy. We are doing speakeasy things right now, and we're going to have some bourbon in a minute.
Speaking easy.
Shh, be quiet. Dun, dun, dun.
Before we start, follow us on TikTok, Speakeasy Podcast Guys, Instagram, Speakeasy Podcast Guys, and of course, our YouTube that you're watching right now.
Yes.
Speakeasy Podcast.
Yes. And if you're on Spotify, you're one of the very few.
Yeah. Well, a lot of you are on Spotify. You just don't want to listen.
Yes.
And that's okay. We're better to look at.
I know.
Right?
We're horrible. Our focus has always been YouTube. It's been a little bit more on the YouTube side of things. But,
you ever see this guy? That's a TikTok thing. Yeah.
Oh, TikTok.
That's the Riz, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows the Riz, except this guy.
I still refuse to do the TikTok. The Riz? The
The
Riz?
The Rizzler. He's a little fat kid.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a little short fat kid.
Yeah.
You ever hear the guys who do the boom?
No.
The double chocolate cookies, the Costco guys?
I'm out of this cool thing. Right
Even if
here
you're
that
not into
part
TikTok,
of.
you got to
Yeah,
know that.
I don't
No?
know. I don't know. When TikTok's not China anymore, then I'll join it. you know?
China.
Yeah, the China. The China virus.
The China app. But check us out there. We do put up videos there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I do. He doesn't realize he's on them all.
So here's the question, John. Are you ready for some bourbon?
I'm ready.
I can hear you.
I said I'm ready.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
What the fuck you want?
So the last podcast we did a Penelope. We did the maple rum finished. We're sticking to that rum this time. We figure, why not? Let's roll with this rum thing going on right now.
Roll with it, baby.
Okay.
There's a song for everything.
There is apparently, and people probably we don't get many listeners. I'm singing too much. This is Rare Character presents Single Barrel Series. This is a pick from Adelphia Wines, which is a local liquor store near us, New Jersey. It's in Bernardsville, and they have one down in East Brunswick as well. This is Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey finished in a Jamaican me crazy. Jamaican Rum Cask. Coming in at 59.74% alcohol, 119.48 proof. Wow, it's very specific there. Barrel number JRB04. Come in the age of 7 years, 4 months. All right, that was a mouthful right there.
Yeah, that was a lot of information.
Yes, it was. What does that say? Something?
Oi, como va?
Oyo como va. Right.
Have we ever done a rare character? I feel
Yeah,
like
we
we
have.
have, right?
Yeah, we have.
Okay, I recognize the name. All right, cool.
We have done Rare Character.
And this is the store. This is the store pick for.
Yes, for
Adelphia,
Adelphia.
you said.
Yeah.
Okay,
This special cast finishing bottle is an extension of the base range of Rare Character single barrel selects from Pablo Moy. Moy? Oh, is that what that says? I don't know. We have combined one-of-a-kind access to top distilleries, private warehouses, and finished these barrels in curated selections of the finest Jamaican rum barrels available. The finest. Did you hear that?
Finest.
The finest. Creating an entirely unique marriage of flavors. This limited release showcases the time-honored traditions of American whiskey making back when products were still produced the old-fashioned way in a never-to-be-repeated barrel pairing we hope you enjoy for the most memorable occasions. This is a memorable occasion right here, isn't it?
It is a memorable occasion.
It is memorable.
It's a memorable occasion.
Yes. All right, enough talk. Let's drink this stuff.
Every time we get together, it's a memorable occasion.
It is memorable.
Ooh, that looks nice. That's a large pour.
Yeah, because we're not doing beer. I figure we'll have something more to sip on when we talk.
Color's very nice.
Yes.
It smells delightful.
All right, let's check this out. Yeah. All right, here's a real question. That's where we're going to start out with. Are you getting that rum? I am getting that rum.
I am getting the rum, 100%.
I'm kind of getting like that. I don't know. It's kind of got that kind of tropical kind of rum note to it, I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, you're obviously going to get that bourbon because it is bourbon in there.
Right.
It's going.
That
that's
spice is in there. You can smell that spice.
Yeah. But it's very rum forward. And I'm going to say it's more rum forward than the one that we just had before in the last episode, I would say.
100%.
This is definitely more in-your-face rum, but that one had maple in it as well to be completely fair on the comparison. Okay. I mean, that's really what I'm getting. I'm getting the rum.
I'm getting a little spiced candy.
Little.
There's definitely some spice in there.
Yeah, like a fermented dark fruit or something in there, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Slight hints of raisin.
I was just gonna say raisin.
Yeah. It's yeah. I mean, it smells like it's gonna be pretty good.
Allspice. There's something in there that I can't.
I know,
place.
John. I hear you.
I guess we'll find out when we taste it.
I think I know.
Yeah.
Like a tobacco, maybe.
Okay. Allspice tobacco.
Yeah. Yeah.
I touched my lips. I smelled it and it touched my lips.
Let's just drink it.
Okay. That's delicious.
Okay.
It hangs out longer than
Yeah. And it's got some.
It hangs out. It
discussion.
sits.
Yeah.
I feel it going down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It goes away when it hits right about here,
Yeah. Mine was more like right here.
right there.
Yeah.
But it does linger. There's more spice on this than previously in the other ones.
Yeah.
I like it. It's very good.
It is.
It's got body to it.
Yes. Body moving.
This is very good.
Yeah.
There's something else I just can't taste. I cannot place the taste. I do taste that little tobacco taste. I taste the rum, 100%. I taste
Yeah,
it.
you
Maybe it
absolutely
is the
do.
rum. Maybe it's the rum that's just throwing me off.
Absolutely do get the rum.
So I'm not a clear alcohol guy. Rum,
Yeah.
vodka. I don't really do it. Maybe that's what's throwing it off for me, that I can't, because it's the rum forward taste. And I'm just like, it's throwing everything off for
Yeah.
me, you know? I'm used to more a spice forward or a corn forward or a rye forward, and it's not.
But would you honest opinion, do you think they hit the rum? Do you think that they did what they were supposed to do?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
100%.
Yeah. I think they did a good job with getting that flavor. I think they did a good job where it's not over rummified.
Yep.
I think it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. Yeah.
It's got body to it. It's got a little bit of heat.
Yeah.
We were looking for heat. It's there.
Yeah.
The hug is there a little bit.
Yeah.
It lingers well. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah,
This
I
is a
just
good one.
wish I could tell you guys some more notes I'm getting on it though. But it's not. It's
I
nothing.
really do think that's the thing with these rum barrel.
Mm-hmm.
It hides the notes, like it's hidden in there somewhere.
Because it's very rum forward. You're thinking
It's
rum.
very
whenever.
rum forward, and I don't know if that's because you put it in your head when you buy it,
Yeah.
and if it's a mental thing or if it really is
Yeah.
rum forward.
It's got
And
some
I
hang
really do think
time
it
though.
is.
It definitely hangs. It lingers. It's in the mouth. It's although it doesn't look as viscous in the
No,
glass.
not at
In
all.
my mouth, it actually tastes a little bit more viscous than I would say by the looks of it. Where, like I said, it does have that hang time. It does chill.
It does have hang time,
Yeah.
and that's what we look for, right? We
Yeah.
want that.
Yeah. Yeah. Michael Jordan would be proud of this one.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
But it's definitely dark, dried fruit notes, I think, if anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But like your raisins or your.
So because this was a store pick, is it a little bit more of an expensive bottle?
Yeah, this one was a little bit more. Yeah. This is coming in high end, close to 100 maybe on this one.
Okay.
A little bit higher.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting that dry fruit. That raisin.
Yeah, the raisin. Yeah.
The more I drink it, the more.
Dates, raisin. Yeah. Is it worth that price tag? I don't think I would pay this price again for it. I would put this at a $65 range, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It's good.
It's good. It wouldn't be for that price.
Yeah.
If it was a cheaper bottle, it'd be one of my. It could be a go-to. But if you're gonna spend that much money on it, it's not a go-to.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
You all right?
She farted.
Oh, that's all right.
My dog's back here. she definitely farted. I mean, she has to
Yeah,
go
you
out
sure?
probably, but yeah.
Wasn't you?
No, it wasn't me. I'll let her out in a few. But yeah, that's why she came over. She's like, I got to shit.
So we'll make it a short episode.
Yeah, that's fine.
Dog's got a shit. We got.
Yeah, I saw it. If you're going to blame anyone, it's going to be the dog.
that's all
But back to the bourbon. Sorry, we got off track there. Good stuff, solid stuff. It's very good. I like what they did with it. You're getting that rum. Would I spend that money on it again? No, probably not. But I still think it's a solid pick nonetheless.
Solid pick. I mean, you got to give them props for doing what they said they were going to do. The flavor's there.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty solid.
If you've had it, let us know. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers to that, man.
Cheers. All right. So, what else is going on?
What is going on? The news.
The news is going on.
Yes.
And on and on and on.
Yeah. So John and I were talking prior to this podcast about things to talk about. There was something on the news that was on the news quite some time ago. It was a sad story.
Very sad story.
We had...
I think we might even talk. We might have divulged.
I think we did a little bit. I think we did a little bit, and it was about that Gabby Petito story.
Yeah, and the reason it came back up because Netflix just put out like a week or two ago a brand new documentary on it.
Yeah.
Really divulging into what happened there.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty sad, crazy story.
Yes.
I mean, this was a beautiful young girl.
Yeah.
Who had so much going for her, and
Yeah.
the boyfriend was a little nuts. It seems.
Was it more like he was a jealous boyfriend, or was he?
So that's the part, right? Because in the beginning, when this first happened, we didn't know if it was a jealousy thing, or if it was he's just kind of a crazy, controlling person type of thing.
Yeah.
And now the new Netflix series divulges that maybe it was a little bit of jealousy.
Yeah.
Because now they're bringing up an ex-boyfriend.
All right.
Somebody that she started texting and trying to get in touch with. And we didn't know that back then.
Okay.
So it could be a little bit of that.
Was there something else going on that he maybe had found out, you think, or?
Well, I think he started becoming so controlling that she wanted to separate a little bit.
Okay.
You know, they were making money. So if you don't remember the story, the Gabby Petito.
Yeah, let us know, because I kind of want to refresh on this.
And her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie. Mm-hmm. They were traveling they bought a van. Mm-hmm. They would sleep in the van, and they were making their money really making like travel videos.
Yeah.
They would go to different parks, Teton National Park, Yellowstone, whatever, and they would camp out, and that's how they lived their lives.
Yeah.
They were young, early 20s.
Yeah.
And it seems like he just got a little controlling.
Okay.
It looked like she wanted to go off maybe on her own and said, listen, I can do this by myself and probably make more money. If I was a single person making videos on, living life off the grid.
Gotcha.
Living life in a van.
Yeah.
And then I think he got a little creepy about it.
Yeah.
Fights, domestic violence.
Yeah.
And she started confiding in an ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it all went downhill.
Yeah.
And it was very sad. I mean, he wound up killing her.
So that whole ex-boyfriend thing was new to me. I saw something pop up about an ex-boyfriend saying that she reached out to him recently, but I didn't watch anything really too much on it, though.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, back when this first happened, I believe it was 2020.
Yeah.
I think it was 2020 or 2021. That was never even brought up.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing about it now is he kills her.
Yeah.
He claims he didn't. He claims that she got stuck in water and it was cold and she died from hypothermia and he tried to save her and she was in so much pain that he just put his hand over her mouth and let the pain go away because he loves her so much. That's crazy talk to me.
Yeah.
He lived in Florida, called his parents and really told them what he did.
Yeah.
And they protected him.
Yeah.
The mother wrote a letter to him and at the end of the letter it said, burn this after reading. And basically it said, if you were to kill somebody, I would help you bury the body. If you did this wrong, I would cover it up for you. I'm always behind you. You're my son, blah, 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 blah. I'm always there to help you. If you go to jail, I'm going to bake a cake with a file in it so that you can escape. All this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And they hid him.
Are you enabling when you do something like that, though,
Right?
Yeah.
And they kind of hid him in the house. Well, nobody reported her dead.
Yeah.
They hid this, and when the cops went to the house and said, hey, why is he here? And she's nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
They said, we're not talking, we're not saying anything.
Yeah.
They didn't say we don't know anything. They just said, we're not talking. Call our attorney.
Yeah.
That's sketchy.
And then he ended up killing himself in the woods or something, right?
So they said that's the new conspiracy. As we talking on the show before, we're not huge into conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
The conspiracy is this guy's still alive. The parents hid him.
Mm-hmm.
There's an underground bunker. The uncle is like a dentist, and he's the one that identified the teeth that said, "Oh, this is him."
Interesting.
Because police from everywhere
Yeah.
went and scouted this park where they thought he was at.
Yeah.
They couldn't find a damn thing.
Yeah.
They open up the park. The parents come within 1 hour. They're like, "Oh, well, his remains are right there."
Yeah.
That's the conspiracy part.
Yeah.
Why do all these people missed it, and then the parents come, and 1 hour later, they find it?
Yeah.
Did they plant it?
Interesting.
I don't know.
Interesting.
So it is interesting, and it ended on that kind of open thing where it's kind of like you figure it out. You
Yeah.
know, did the parents hide him? Did the parents set this up? Is he still alive out there? The parents maybe ripped out his Galileo?
Wow, I didn't know about all that. Yeah.
All that was left that they found were just a couple pieces of bone.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this girl was in Grand Teton National Park for like weeks, and her body was still in full shape. Like she wasn't down to the bone.
Yeah.
This guy was down to the bone.
Well, they made it sound like the alligators got him or something like that, and and I don't know.
I don't know. It's a weird story.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it before. We're not huge into conspiracy stuff, but it's fun to divulge.
Maybe we are.
But like you said, how far do you go to protect your child? Like that's kind of crazy.
I know, because you hear other stories about people who actually report their kid to the police or
absolutely
and things of that sort. Yeah, so it makes you think.
How far do we go to protect our children? If your child does something really, really wrong, like murder, are you willing to put yourself into that spot to protect them so much where?
Yeah.
Or do you do the right thing and be like, hey man, you gotta suck it up and you gotta confess to what you did and you gotta take it like a man.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you think?
My little dog. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's tough because we have kids, and obviously, you want to say you do anything for your kid. But if you do something, it's not just your kid though. Here in the situation,
It's an innocent person.
The person that he killed is someone else's daughter. The person that he killed is someone else that is their life is destroyed because of the actions of your son.
And the parents kept messaging these people and saying, hey, where's our kids at? Like, your son's home. Where's my daughter?
Exactly.
And there was not even an answer.
Exactly.
They wouldn't even respond.
To me, that's kind of selfish. To me, that's kind of like, listen, I understand you want to protect your son, but keep in mind, she did nothing wrong, technically. I mean, she did nothing wrong.
No. I mean, it seemed like she had a little of anxiety herself, and they would get into little spats. She would get mad at him, and maybe she was free with her hands as he was free with his hands.
But it's interesting because I remember the video. They had the cop that had pulled them over, and they showed the camera footage.
Right. And that's another thing, because now the cops are like, well, if we would have taken him in, or if we would have taken her in, could this have ended differently?
I know.
Instead, they separated them and said, you stay in a hotel, you stay in the van, talk tomorrow, and figure it out.
Yeah, I know. It's a tough situation because you see too young. They were young.
Early 20s, 22, 23. Yeah.
And you see sometimes with these kids, they're like, they're just being kids. They're arguing. They're honeymooners, honeymoon phase in their relationship as young kids, whatever. And, you just, we all been there. We've all been in our 20s or whatever it was. And, we've had relationships. And sometimes you get into an argument or this and that. And then the next day you're kissy-kissy and all that stuff,
of course,
So
yeah,
it's... from a cop's perspective, they might have been like, well, they're just kids.
Young kids fighting,
Exactly.
Cool off and talk to each other.
Yeah, exactly. Cool off. And that goes to show, back to, the cops. So, like, how far do they need to go? How far do they need to take it, Yeah. And did they go the right direction? Did they go did they do the right thing? And here's the thing. They could pull over 30 kids doing the same situation, and 29 of them in that situation were fine. But then you just get that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't blame the cops at all on this.
No, it's tough to blame them.
They did what they had to do. I blame the parents of the guy.
Yeah,
I mean, she was missing for a long time.
Yeah,
they wouldn't divulge any information.
Yeah,
nothing.
I know.
And he went back and told them what
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah,
because he came home.
Yeah.
He came home without her.
It's all.
It's a sad story, man. And I have, you have a son. I have a daughter.
You have two daughters.
Two daughters. I do. One I see, one I don't see. And they, something like that would have happened. I don't know as a parent what I would do or how I would feel.
Yeah. Only the one daughter would matter, though.
No. They both matter. Just one's got a room in the basement. She don't come up to say hi to daddy anymore.
Yeah. She's listening right now.
She's got the boyfriend thing going on now. Brand new.
Really?
Dad's the odd man out.
Yeah. I remember you mentioning that there was something in the talks in the beginning, and now, okay, it's a little bit more than that now. Huh?
Yeah.
Did you buy that shotgun you were talking about getting?
At my house as we speak.
Oh, yeah? Did you get the gun, though?
I didn't get the gun, but I did make the threats. So.
Oh, okay, good. All right, that's good. So, yeah. All jokes aside, though, but yes, how far would you go?
How far would you go? I guess you got to. I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't have it in me to protect my child from that. I feel like, you need to be responsible for your mistakes.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. If I'm in the situation, I don't know. But I also, listen, I don't care who it is. I'm not taking the heat for you. I'm not going to jail.
Yeah.
I'll take a bullet for you. I'll die for you. But if you effed up, I don't think I'm going to take the heat for you.
And it wasn't just effed up. I mean,
it was royally effed up.
Yeah, it was you killed someone. You took
there's no
someone's
coming
life.
back from that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just hope and, pray that we raise our kids good enough where we don't have to worry about a situation like that. What went wrong? How did he end up like that?
But we raise our kids that way. But you don't know who they're with, who they're dating, who they're seeing.
Well, that just goes to show the apple doesn't fall far from that tree, because you got a kid that killed someone and the parents willing to protect him for doing it.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it's crazy how Netflix gets these documentaries, right?
Yeah.
And they divulge into them so much.
I know.
And then you know what you know, but you don't know until they come out with these documentaries.
Keep in mind, though, John,
it's entertainment.
They have their narratives, too.
100%.
They have stuff they have to put in there. They have to make it more interesting than it is.
It has to be part of it. It's sad, but it's got to be entertainment.
Yeah.
It makes you want to tune in.
Yes, and it wants you to keep watching. It's like these 2020. You ever
It
watch
makes
2020?
people want us talk about it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
2020. My wife loves, so I don't like to watch it. I don't like to watch it because to me, it makes me sad, because it makes me sad that there are people out there that are horrible people, human beings. Especially if it's children. If it's children, I can't watch it.
It's hard to watch stuff with children.
I can't watch it because, I'll get upset and I don't want to watch it. But I'm like a big baby with that stuff. But you know what? Can you blame me?
Did we talk about the one where she was older and she played off as a kid? Oh man, she was like a little person. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
it was on 2020. It was on all the Hulu, like all these documentaries.
Yeah.
And these people thought they were like adopting a little girl, and she wound up being like 20 years old.
That's just crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's so much stuff.
And then there was, I mean,
what do you think about like Netflix, Hulu, when they come out with these documentaries and they kind of play it up for entertainment purposes?
That's business, I guess.
Right?
Yeah, that's business. That's what they do.
Can you blame them for making it entertaining? Somebody's sad life or sad situation.
Yeah.
They're making kind of entertainment.
Yes, but I think that they need the approval from the people, and they're probably getting paid for it.
I mean, they probably don't need the approval. Like, this case, the Petito, the family of the girl they were always on.
Yeah.
But the family of the guy, they wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I guess. Well, but he's on the other side of things, so they probably don't care about their opinion.
And I think it all started with that, like, did you ever watch that Making a Murderer on Netflix with that guy Stephen Avery? Who, like,
it sounds familiar.
He was being set up in Wisconsin. They owned the family owned like the junkyard, and they found the lady, and like they found her car and they found her remains, and he says he's being set up. And if you didn't watch that, that's like the original.
Yeah.
Go watch Making a Murder. Yeah, there's two parts of it.
I'll have to check it out.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't know though, John. I'm kind of about those shows just because they make me depressed.
Yeah.
But I mean, there was one the other day. It was a woman. It's like a series. It was like a woman pretending she had cancer so that she can get like money and GoFundMes and all.
Wasn't that just on?
Like, yeah,
a few nights ago.
Yeah.
A 2020 type of thing too.
Yeah, but it's a series. It's like
a series. Yeah.
I was like,
I did see parts of that. Yeah. And then you have the people. Remember we talked about the people who the girl, like, they thought it was fake because people came in with like divers masks and they kidnapped the girl and she came home like a few days later. We talked about it in one of the episodes.
Yeah, I think so.
And it was so far fetched, but it was true at the end, and it's like, holy shit!
Oh yeah, dude, that one
It was so far fetched,
and the cops kept basically saying, "You did it.
You did it. There's no way this can happen."
And the guy's like,
no, your story is retarded. Like nothing ever happened like that.
I watched a show on It was Netflix called Madness or The Madness. I think it's Madness. And it's about a guy who was like a CNN reporter, and he was very extreme in his views, and he was in the wrong spot. Like he was at some like Airbnb out in the Poconos or something by himself, and he met his neighbors like, hey, if you need anything or whatever, let me know. I'm next door. And his power shut off, and he went over next door, and he goes to discover his neighbors chopped up in like pieces in like this little shed. And then he sees two guys with guns, and they start chasing him and everything like that.
It's like a true story?
No, it's just show. It's just
it's a
entertainment.
show. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
And he ends up getting away, but then they start like everything is like framing him for that murder, and then like he's on the news, he killed this man, and this and that, and it goes. It's a like a 6-episode series or something like it, you know. And it was interesting though, you know, and you just get to see like, and the cops are like, you did it, you know, and he's like, you know, and all this, and he's like,
and then maybe I did. You know what I mean? Now you start questioning your sanity.
I actually, at one point of the show, I go to my wife and I was like, I wonder if he really is crazy and he did it, you know, and he just doesn't realize he did it, you know. Yeah. But it just goes to show, and just how sometimes, especially when it comes to these confessions and stuff, and how far will police go, and the people, just because they are so confident that someone did something, that they don't go through the right avenues of figuring out if they did. Yeah. Right. So my wife was telling me, she was reading some book about this. I forgot the name of it or whatever, and it was a book about all stuff like that, and people who were wrongfully accused for things, and like people who went to jail for many, many years, and it was because it was almost like forced confessions. Yeah. So you know. Well,
that's the same thing. If you go back and watch his Making a Murderer thing, this guy Stephen Avery and his nephew. His nephew is like kind of special. Mm-hmm. He's very slow. And they were kind of like, the way they questioned him wasn't fair. Yeah. And it's kind of like, we know you did it. And he's like, no, I didn't do it. And we know you did it. We know you helped. And he's like, I don't think I did it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, now you're questioning him, and he doesn't know what he's answering anymore because he's not all there.
No, they sleep deprive you.
Stuff. Yeah. If you ever get a chance, watch Making a Murder. There's 2 seasons. This guy's still trying to get out.
I'm reluctant, only because, like I said, some of this stuff makes me sad. But you know,
this isn't too sad of a one. But you know. But it's one of those things where me and you can argue over who did it. Yeah. You know, did he get framed or did he not get framed? Yeah. You know, that kind of stuff is pretty cool, as long as there's no children involved.
Yeah, I know. And I just recently, I've been seeing a lot on the Menendez brothers recently too.
What's going on with these guys? You have any updates on this? Are they out? I thought they were supposed to be out.
I don't know. I think they were trying to get a new trial or something along those lines, or something where, because there's a lot more evidence that has been put out there where proving that they actually were molested as kids, they were abused, and it led to 2 young and they admit it. They admit that they were spoiled brats.
Oh yeah. We did a whole episode on that. Yeah. And I remember the DA got replaced in the middle of all this when the elections happened. Like the DA that was working on it kind of lost, and somebody new came in. But I thought there was a date, and I thought these guys are supposed to be out by now.
Yeah, I don't.
But I haven't heard anything.
I don't know. I think was it Kim Kardashian's kind of trying to help out with that stuff. Well, you know what though? Hey, she uses her.
She's gotten a lot of
popularity.
People,
she uses her position in life, and actually she's helped.
She's gotten a lot of innocent people out of jail. Yeah, you're right.
And one of them was a woman that was like in jail for like weed or something like that. Yeah. Now weed is like you can walk down a corner and smell weed 12 times. Yeah, it's like
we have weed right here.
No,
she should try to get Ray J out of jail for having such a big, dong.
That guy is such a like. I don't think he's on anyone's bad side. That Ray J guy. He's always just like, "Well, this is how I do it, man." You know. Yeah.
That's what made her famous.
How would you know, John? How would you know?
I don't.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
You never seen that video? With the, it was you can only see this much of a corner of the actual footage because there's something big and black blocking the rest of it.
But can you just imagine getting accused of doing something that you've never done before? And there's like, you beg and you plead and you give your story, and it's like nobody wants to hear it.
John, that's like an every day of my life with my wife.
Yeah.
Oh, she's farting again.
Is that her?
Oh,
Yeah, I smell that one.
Oh.
I thought that was my tuna.
No, she's ripping.
She's
them.
got to take a
Yeah, well, I'll let her once we finish up here, which we'll do in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean that's an everyday occurrence with me. My wife will lose something sometimes, or something happens, and she'll say, "What did you do with it?" I'm like, "I didn't even touch it." You know?
See, it's opposite in my house.
You blame her.
Well, she puts things places.
Yeah.
And she'll know where it is. I'll be like, listen, I got this folded paper.
Yeah.
It was right here. You touched it. I didn't touch anything.
Yeah.
You touched it. You put it somewhere. I don't put things away. You do. Okay, hold on. And she'll come out with these papers. Is it this? Yes. Thank you. See, you touched it. You put it somewhere. You know, like.
Yeah. So you did touch it.
She touched it. I don't.
Oh,
touch
she touched it.
it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. We're talking about paper, so.
Paper. Yeah.
Yeah.
things
Okay.
like that,
Okay. Just making sure.
Not it.
But yeah, hopefully, we find out more about that Gabby Petito case, and we'll see what's.
Yeah, I mean, overall though, I think this has kind of been the new big thing, right? With Netflix, Hulu, it's these documentaries going back and really.
Well, they did that with was it Ted Bundy? Was it Ted Bundy, right?
Ted Bundy?
Yeah.
Al Bundy?
No, did I get that right?
Ted Bundy is a guy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's all of them. I mean,
I saw something on Waco at one point.
Waco, all these killers. Richard Ramirez, the night, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Son of Sam.
Okay.
So they are coming out with all these things. Even like, the child's missing, the girl in the picture.
Oh, Ramsey, what's it?
Yeah, that was just brand new too. Yeah, John Benet Ramsey.
Yeah, John Benet. Yeah, Jean.
And then you got like people coming forward saying I did it, and then the cops are like, you couldn't have. Nah, couldn't. It wasn't you.
Yeah.
And dude's like, I did it, bro. I did it.
Yeah.
But all these shows are making their money off of the entertainment of these stories, and they're bringing them all back now. Because, well, I mean, also. Things are different now than it was 20, 30 years ago. Forensics.
Well, technology is just totally different. Yeah. What we have access to between what we can just put something in a computer. I mean, I could run a DNA test at this point probably. It's crazy how much stuff that people have access to.
The Zodiac killer. Kodiak, the big bear, the big
damn bear killer.
The Zodiac killer, right?
Yeah.
For decades, they don't know who this person is. Now all of a sudden, there's like 2 documentaries where it's like, it's this guy. Like,
Is that Jack the Ripper, or is that something different?
No, but they just recently found out who Jack the Ripper was.
Yeah, it's crazy.
With technology.
I know.
100 years later.
I know.
Like, well, Jack the Ripper was blah, 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 or that lived over there. Like, holy shit.
It's crazy what they find.
But why are you still putting effort into it?
I read an article recently about they found the foot or something on the top of Mount Everest or something like that, and it had some guy's initials in the boot, and they're like, he may have been actually the first one that got to the top of Mount. Yeah, and he just died or something,
It's just strange, and it's strange how they go all out for things that happened decades ago, and it's like let's make something on this.
Yeah,
and they figured out now. It's kind of like you're a little too late.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
But like you said before, it's entertainment purposes, man. They're just putting out. They want to make money, and us fools are watching it.
Yeah. All right, Johnny. I got to let this dog out, so let's wrap this one up a little earlier. I say earlier, but I think this is a time
this should be a normal time.
This should be a normal time for us. Let's see what happens, man. We might revisit this again and talk a little bit more if we find out more. It's always an interesting topic. I wouldn't say it's a fun topic because it
wasn't one of our best, but
No, I mean, it's not fun because, when you're talking about the misfortunes of others and everything like that, it's always sad. So,
shout out
Rare Character.
Rare Character.
Yeah,
and Adelphia.
Yeah, Adelphia, good pick. We were happy with this. We the only thing we said that is we maybe wouldn't price it at that.
Just the price.
Right. But we thought it was pretty decent juice regardless.
But they're going to sell it at the price, so people are going to buy it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do. Cheers, John.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Peace.
All right.